Hello friends, and welcome to Escaping the Mouse with your host, me, Breck Roll. Alright, it's the first day of my long weekend. It's a really nice day out. It's probably in about the mid-60s, so it's not too hot, it's not too cold. It's a nice day to do a little something in the yard, and I got something I want to do. Let me show you what I have in mind. You may recall that last year, about this time, I rebuilt this elevated planter kind of next to my patio. It had some stones that weren't very well stacking on top of each other and was starting to collapse, and I wanted to put some nice plants in it, and so I did this. But you may also recall that when I went to Home Depot to buy these stones, they had an overstock of those paving stones or those gardening stones, and rather than selling me half a pallet, which is what I wanted, they just gave me a whole pallet for the price of half a pallet. I guess they decided it was easier to sell the whole thing and get rid of some of the stones than it was to manually lift half of those off of the pallet and put them somewhere else so they could sell them again. So I was hating life the day I had to unload all of these, but it's going to all come back and benefit me today because I'm going to use them to elevate this part of the planter here, because I wanted to do this part too, because this part is a little low and it's time to do something nice in here. And now that I got the patio built up here, I want to raise up the soil level a little bit. And so we're going to take the rest of these paving stones here that they used to make this section of the yard, the garden, and we're going to replace them with those stones over there. We're going to raise the level of this a little bit, and we're going to put some of these plants, put some nice plants in here. Now, this thing is a latanja, or latanja is what it's called, and it looks in pretty rough shape now, but I think it just kind of got knocked out a little bit by the freeze that we had a couple weeks ago, and in fact this thing survived a much deeper freeze last year, so I'm going to cut this thing way back in the hopes it'll come back this spring, and that'll also kind of make it easier to get in here and deal with all of this. But other than that, the only thing that's really alive in here are these two things, and I'm going to try and save those. But like I said, I'm going to bring up the level of the soil in around this area and get it all ready for some new plants come this spring. So let's get going on that. This is going to take a little while. So the first thing I got to do is I got to remove all these old stones, and I don't throw stuff like this away. I'll repurpose this and use it somewhere else in the yard. You may recall that these stones were also over there in that part of the yard, and I repurposed those and turned those into Flash's Cave. So we'll find something useful to do with those. And then, like I said, I need to cut down that thing, which will make it easier to kind of work around that, and hopefully that thing will bounce back this spring. Alright, so I got all the stones pulled out. I've cut back the bushes that were here, and now what I want to do is I think I want to put 2 levels of bricks on here. So I'm going to have to start on this corner here. I'm going to have to dig down far enough so that I can get the first brick into this position in this corner right here, and get 2 levels on top of each other, so that, like I said, it's 2 levels deep on here. So that's going to involve a little bit of digging, but hopefully we'll be able to just kind of follow this pattern all the way around here and get it all the way over to this slab that has the air conditioner on it. And we're going to have to watch out for the sprinkler heads. There's that one there, which I think will be pretty easy to avoid. That one here, which will be pretty easy to avoid. But I saw there's one here, and I'm going to have to find it right now, but it's down, yeah, it's right there. And I'm going to have to do something in order to prevent that from getting buried, because we don't want that to get buried. I need to have all the sprinkler heads function. But what I've done to deal with stuff like that in the past when I've raised the level, and here's an example over here, is I just put a piece of PVC around it. Then I can kind of stack dirt up around it, and the head will pop up above the PVC and allow the head to actually be below the ground, but still rise above the ground and not get buried by the dirt, which is kind of important over here. So I'm going to do that over here, and I'll catch up with you a little bit. All right, a little time has passed and I have a few of the bricks in place now. This does go a little bit slow because basically I'm putting 2 of them in at a time, and basically the first step is you got to get the one on the underside not only level and flat, but at the same level as the brick next to it, because otherwise your wall will go up and down a bit. So it takes a while to do this, but we are making good progress, and I'm just going to kind of continue cutting my way through this and get all the way over there. Hopefully I can get that all done today, but if not, we'll catch up with it tomorrow. But I'll catch up with you in a little bit, and we'll see how far I've made it. Alright, so I've made some good progress for today. I got really about a third of it done, which is pretty good considering the fact that, you know, it's going to take a little time to get this finished. But I also only had like half the day to do it today because today is Sunday, and then Sunday is live stream day, so I didn't actually get started with this until about 2 o'clock in the afternoon. But I'm going to continue this tomorrow, and we'll hopefully get this thing finished by the end of the day tomorrow. Get some dirt in here. I don't think I'm going to put any plants in here at this point because this is still it's still February, and it's still the possibility of being very cold, so I don't want to put anything in here, but we'll probably put dirt in here. I do want to raise up these stones here a little bit, and probably that one over there also. We'll probably try and pull those plants out of the ground, lift them up a little bit so we're not burying them, but I think just about everything else is going to basically be kind of just plowed under, and we'll start afresh in here and just kind of make it look real nice. But we'll, like I said, probably wait a couple months until we start getting a little bit more mellow weather so that it does well in here. But anyway, I think that is all that I have for today. Thank you as always for watching, and I'll see you next time on Escaping the Mouse. Good night.